This is the AIRFIX B-17G Fortress. I've already done one episode on this, outlining the difficulties with the cockpit area and pulling the fuselage in at the front. And I've noticed, checking on a few videos, there's a few other people had problems there as well. Now, most of the build videos for this cover the basic airframe, but they don't cover the little details that I'm going to go into tonight on this, and the little pitfalls, the little gotchas, if you like, that can crop up on this. And there are one or two you've got to be very, very careful. Now, today I noticed when I was assembling the engines and I was putting the exhaust collector rings on the back, I noticed that they weren't lined up properly, so I had to quickly, the glue was still soft, so I had to release them and reposition them, because at the back of the collector rings there's a little slot and you have to turn the engine nacelle to fit it. Now, if you don't line them up properly, they won't line up with the exhaust, so you've got to be very, very careful, so be aware of that anyway. Now, what I've done, I've used the open cowling gills on this rather than the closed ones, and they fit snugly over the back of the bulkheads. And this model is full of very, very tiny parts. AIRFIX have crammed a lot of detail into this, but sometimes they've sacrificed over complication. And for example, one or two areas around the actual engine area, the engine nacelle area, they've crammed all these little details inside, and in some cases there's not any ledges for them, and any definite ledges, so you've got to be very, very careful how you position them. So just be aware of that anyway. Now, the nice thing about this model is you can, in fact, remove the wings. They're quite, you know, if you wanted to put it into a box and store it, you could, because the spars slide into the wings themselves. Now, this is the tail wheel. It requires careful attention as well. This is one model that's crying out for metal undercarriage units. I hope somebody does an aftermarket set for metal parts, because the undercarriage is very, very frail. When you're assembling the gear, be very, very careful. You've got to get the right rake on the undercarriage leg, and also the cross levers as well, and they fit into little slots at the front, so extreme care is required there. Inside the wings, there was a few little fittings inside the wings, no great problem joining up the wings themselves, but it's just these little details that you've got to watch. This is a tricky little model in some ways, because you can easily make mistakes, and the instruction sheet, to be honest, is not that brilliant. There's one or two areas which could have been covered a bit more anyway, covered a bit better. But I'm well on the way now, and tomorrow I'm going to do the tail tomorrow, and I'm going to do a few other details as well. The bomb doors will be open on this. I've got to split the bomb doors, and it should look quite effective actually. But the tail plane, the tail undercarriage, the tail wheel is very, very weak as well. So just be very careful how you assemble it anyway. And we've got a visitor. Holly's come to see me. Okay, you can help me build as well, are you? Okay then, here you go. He's ever so gentle, he never damages anything. So I hope that helps you anyway in the construction of this model. It's a beautiful model, but there's just one or two areas which you have to be very, very careful of. So I will continue this series. I won't actually do any parts to them, but I shall just, as the little complicated bits crop up, I shall go into them in details, and then we can go through the painting process as well. This will be brush painted, and I can show you how to brush paint a model. You don't need to go to airbrushes. I'm going to brush paint this just like I did with B36 and with B29, and it should look really attractive anyway. Thanks very much. Thank you. And thanks for the guest appearance with Ollie as well.